I know it's late, and I appreciate the fact that you all stayed here just to listen to me speak. My title was Introduction, because, well, it was going to be the introduction to the plenary, but Michael Oren asked that he speak before me so that people would still be here when he was talking. Anyway, please forgive me for introducing a plenary that has already started, but I'm honored to be part of the Tech Talks with such amazing speakers. You may wonder what an attorney is doing at a Tech Talk or as part of a program on the future is here, and frankly, my brief presentation will not be something you would typically hear from an attorney, partly because it will be brief. I can only say that the opportunities provided by sponsorship are amazing, but as a firm that started with just 3 Jewish guys in Miami, we are used to not being invited to the party, but at our Israeli way, we always find a way to get there, and now often we are the party. Truthfully, though, we did not sponsor this event so I could speak here. This is the right place for us to be, and in fact, there is no place we would rather be than here, now, in the future, with OurCrowd, and with all of you. To truly understand where we are today, you must sometimes look at the past. For me, I can only tell you what I know personally, and we started coming to Israel during the Second Intifada, and some of those visits in the early 2000s were marred by terrible tragedies. Many people stopped coming here, but the Israelis marched on, and the next day, no matter what, it was business as usual here, and business as usual was amazing. We started coming here largely because of this situation, to try to be helpful, to without charge introduce Israeli companies and others to our entrepreneurial platform, now consisting of 38 offices and 2,000 lawyers and 50,000 clients a year. We also came because we knew what was here, and we knew that Israel would prevail. In many cases, we succeeded finding strategic partners or financing for various companies, and we also developed a client base. The hotels were empty and a lot less expensive. We met many people. One was a young man named John Medved. He ran the fund then called Israel Seed. John was affable from the start, a big surprise, right? Putting his arm around me as we walked through the doorway to his office. John, we would need a bigger doorway now. We met many others, but whatever we gave, we received so much more. There is no place anywhere with the love of life, creativity, technological brilliance, and entrepreneurial spirit that you can find here in such a small geographic area, and not just in one discipline, but basically all of them. That is why Israel is bucking the trend, as John pointed out earlier today, in VC investing. And my life is deals, deals and deals, and trust me, there is no place with more deals cooking than Israel. Learning from helping, working with, and sharing respect, friendship, and love with so many of the people here has been more rewarding to me than almost anything I have done in my entire life. I cannot express in words how much it means to be a part of this. When we started visiting Israel, high tech was king, life science was developing, ag tech today is where life science was then, and because of less regulation, it can probably get there faster. Then, of course, cybersecurity, which you just heard about, homeland security, defense, telecom, and many other disciplines. Remember John Medved. We know what he has done. OurCrowd, which is now celebrating its 4th anniversary, has helped Israeli companies' greatest need, access and capital. The real gift, though, was giving the rest of the world Israel. Maybe John liked what we did 5 years ago when we opened our office here, the only international registered office in Tel Aviv with 7 working lawyers and hundreds of lawyer visits every year from our lawyers outside of Israel. But, you know, our goal was to create a bridge. John has really created a bridge. He, like we, sees that the future really is here. No one brings people to Israel like John and OurCrowd, and if you needed any proof of that, you've gotten it today. Thank you, OurCrowd. If you're an Israeli entrepreneur, there's a good chance that you are here because you are doing something to benefit the world and hopefully make you and your investors a serious return. If you are visiting, you now hopefully understand what is here and how beneficial Israeli technology is, whether it's an OurCrowd portfolio company that is further developing the technology that protects Israel from incoming rockets, or that helps farmers grow more crops faster with less water, or another Israeli company that eliminates tremors in Parkinson's patients without surgery, or provides fully sustainable packaging that can be disposed of without a thought, or significantly improves the lives of diabetic patients, which so many companies here do. What's going on here not only improves the world, it changes the world for the better. You are a part of it now. You and Sony, Nielsen, Medtronic, Apple, Intel, Honda, J&J, Takeda, OurCrowd, Greenberg, Traurig, the waiter at the restaurant I ate at last week, my taxi driver, and so many more. Wherever you go, the future is here. OurCrowd is really part of the future of empowerment, and I guess this is my message. Empowering each potential investor to do so much more than invest. Now anyone can do what we have done and what John is doing, contribute to the growth of a company or technology by exposing it to his or her network. And it's not just for the investor. The portfolio companies are empowered also. Use the crowd to help your business, to surround yourself with the best people, and to learn as much as you can about the rest of the world and understand what you don't know. That is how the most successful companies have done it without the crowd. In the future of today, you have that added power. I can't predict the future, and who wants to hear it from a lawyer anyway? But some of it is already here, now, in Israel, and I do not need to be able to make predictions to be able to know that Israel will be such an instrumental part of the future in the years to come, and must be if the future is to be anywhere near what it has the potential to be. Last year, and I get a lot of comments on this, I led us in a Shachiyanu, a Hebrew blessing for celebrating something that happens for the first time. In that case, we're holding the largest event of its kind in Jerusalem. Well, we beat that this year, but I'm not going to repeat myself. However, this past weekend we celebrated Tu B'Shvat, the new year for planting trees in Israel. You all have begun to plant your own trees here, to generate new lives for yourselves and your companies, to begin many different futures. In honor of this holiday and the future that is here and being developed at this summit, and in order to keep a tradition somewhat alive, let us bless the trees we are planting here and the branches and fruits that will grow from them. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri ha'etz. Thank you. Am Yisrael Chai.